basically just a graph that's made up of 3 parts. You see the 3 parts here from left to right here? I've got a left side, a middle, and then a right. As I describe the domain, how far left does this graph go? Well, we're going to assume that on a calculator, when this goes off your screen, that there's an arrow there. If there's an arrow here on the arrow going down, this goes off the screen here, so that's an arrow going down, this is an arrow going off to the right, this is an arrow going up, and this is an arrow going up. Lastly, I just want to make sure I break this down into 3 parts. So the domain, this thing goes from negative infinity, and this left piece stops at positive, what does that look like? That looks like 3. And then that's going to go from negative infinity up to 3. I'll explain that in just a minute. So I've got negative infinity up to 3, and we're going to use the interval notation, which has the parentheses and the brackets. So in this case right here, we're starting at negative infinity and stopping at negative 3, because this thing doesn't go past that. And the reason why is because you cannot put 3 in this equation. If you put 3 in that equation, it makes 0, which is not possible. And the same thing goes for the 9 that you're seeing right here. This 9, that 9 is because of this part right here. You can't divide by that 0 either. It's undefined and it doesn't exist. That's why you see this vertical asymptote describing this one location on the graph. The graph will never cross over or touch because it would be an undefined answer and not possible. All right, now keep on going. This is broken into 3 parts, so we union them with other pieces. The middle piece here goes from 3. I said negative 3. This should be positive 3. Let me get my white out here. There should be positive 3 here. My fault. From 3 over to the next side at 9. So this is going to go from 3 over to 9. Notice we're not putting brackets because it is not equal to at either of those spots. Again, the dotted line keeps it from ever touching. Then our last piece is the right piece here that picks up at 9 and goes off to the right forever, like this, into positive infinity. That's the first one for the domain. Now the range is basically 2 pieces technically, because these 2 pieces are the exact same distances from negative infinity up to 0. And then we start a new piece for this upper part here. So the way the range works here is you just go from the bottom right here at negative infinity, the bottom that it goes to, and we're using numbers off the pink line right here, the pink y-axis. So that means we're going to be then doing negative infinity up to the x-axis, which is 0, so negative infinity up to 0, and then we pick up again right here. But now how high is it? That's the y-coordinate. So we're going to say, we're going to union the next piece to start the next y-coordinate at 4.1, and then all the way up to infinity. But now also I need to point this out. 4.1 is on the graph, so that's going to be a bracket. Let's make sure that that's clear as well. That's a bracket at 4.1, and then it stops at infinity, which never stops, so therefore it goes from 4.1 to infinity. I hope this really helps.